All right, she should be working. Okay, somebody let me know whether or not the chart is working. Oh wait, I turned the questions off. All right, let's go back. All right, so the premium for the 2750. Okay, because the stock's at 2725. So the closest one is 2750 or the 27, because it's kind of like in the middle between the two. Okay, me personally, I'd go for the 27. But let's look at both of them. The 2750 is going for $1.51. Let's divide it out. Okay, you take $1.50, and then we want to divide it by the purchase price, 27.25. Whoops, 25. Try it again. 25. There we go. 27.25. That would give me a 5.5% if she stays right where she is. That's all she's got to do. Stay where she is. All right. Let's take a look at the 27. Now at the 27, I'd be losing 25 cents right off the top, because remember, we're buying it at the 27.25, and if I sell the strike price of 27, that's 25% less than what I paid for it. But I'm okay with that because it's paying $1.68. So we take the $1.68 and we subtract 25 cents from it. What's 25 cents from $1.68? 143. 1.43. I want to divide that by the purchase price of 27, because we already discounted the 25, and that would equal 5.2%. And I'm okay with that too. Heck, I'd even go all the way up to the 26. So the 26 would give me 28.18. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at the 26 for a second. That's 3 strikes in the money. The further you go in the money, the higher probability of being called out. Now, the further you go out, the less probability. Okay, I like odds and probabilities in my favor. So I think I did the 26s and the 26s and a halves. Okay, my trades are right down here. Okay, I did the 26s and the 26 and a half. Okay, so let's take a look at the 26s. Now, when you're trying to figure out the math, you take the strike price, 26, and then you add the bid, what you can sell that for. And at this moment, it's $2.18. You add the two together, your sale price would be $28.18. Okay, so the purchase price stays the same, $27.25. That stays the same. All right, but what changes is the strike price and the bid. Okay, if the strike price of 26, that's 3 strikes into the money. Okay, it means the stock doesn't have to do squat. You can go up and make my money, stay the same, make my money. It can even go down and I'll still make my money. That is where I like it best. Now I'm only looking for the 1%. So at 26, what am I getting? Because you take the 26 strike price and then you add the premium, $2.18. So $2.18 to the strike price of 26. Okay, and that gives me 26.18. Now, I want to subtract the purchase price, and that will give me my profit. Okay, purchase price is 27. 25. Okay, and that equals a profit of 93 cents. Now, you may think 93 cents is not a lot of money. But when you have 1,000 shares or 5,000 shares or 10,000 shares, all depends on what you're working with. If you're working with a small account, okay, so it's 93 bucks or $9.30. Whatever you're working with, okay, as long as you stay consistent and you make sure the trades that you make are safe. Okay, remember how I created this strategy for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be simple, it had to be safe, no way she could possibly lose, and the income had to be predictable and consistent. Okay, simple, safe, no way to lose, predictable and consistent. Okay, I created it for a 9-year-old. So I'm pretty sure all of you here are over 9 years old. So you should be able to figure it out. It's really not that difficult. And the math is always the same. Whatever you're paying for it, okay, however much you're paying for it, okay, this is the trade grid up here. It tells you all the numbers. The last price, the bid, the ask, volume, the open, the high, and the low. All the numbers are right there. Okay, so what you paid for it, which at this example, $27.25, the strike price, what I can sell, what someone's going to buy it from me for. Okay, and that privilege, they give me a premium, and at the 26 strike price, that premium is $2.18. Yeah, this is $2.18. Okay, now you put those two together, that is your sale price. Okay, 28.18 at this particular moment in time. Now, when the market opens in the morning, all these numbers are going to change. Okay, it's a little frustrating because you're trying to figure out the math and the numbers keep changing. That's why I like to do it ahead of time. Give me an idea. All right, so my profit would be 93 cents. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but let's take that 93 cents and divide it by the purchase price, 27.25. Okay, divide that by 27.25, and that equals 3.4%. That's, it would have been nice to get to 6%. Yeah, but it's more risky. All right, I like safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. So if I go 3 strikes in, the odds and probabilities of me be back in cash on Monday is greater. Okay, so I did do 20 contracts at the 26, 20 contracts at the 26 and a half. So I got 3.5 on one, 4 on the other. Okay, not a big deal. All right, that's what that account. What did I do in the other account? Hold on a second. 28 and a half. Huh. Okay. Is that right? Yeah, okay, whatever. Is what it is. Why the hell would I do that? Oh, well, say la vie. I must have been thinking about that this morning. Anyway, because that's Kohl's. Done with that one. But always, always, always remember rule number 1. Never buy something you're not willing to hold on to for a long period of time. Okay? And I think it's like number 3 and number 4. Make sure the numbers work. Okay? Do your math. Math is always the same. Whatever you paid for it, okay, for the stock. Okay, remember, the stock is different than the option price. Okay, when you sell someone an option, okay, and this in the example I just gave, the 26 call strike, even though I'm the wife's up here making fun of me. She is. She thinks it's funny. We were watching a movie with who was that? William H. Macy.
Yeah.
That was William H. Macy.
The wrestler there.
John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah, William H. Macy, John Cena, and what was that? The pretty boy, Zac Efron. Yep, he was in it too. And he was talking about. No, I'm not even going to share it. I'm not even going to share it.
I will.
No, all the comments are off because I was getting too many of them. Sorry, honey.
You suck.
I probably do.
According to that.
What was that name? I forget the name of the movie. It'll come to me eventually, but it was funny. Mickey
Spelunky.
Mickey Spelunky. Mickey Spelunky. Something like that. It was funny. It was. Especially what they had William H. Macy doing. That was some funny shit. All right, anyway. She's over here making fun of me. I'm trying to keep a straight face, trying to help you guys out. All right, so that's KSS, which is Kohl's. Okay, the math is always the same no matter what you do. Always make sure that the premium is 1% or more than the purchase price. Because if you're not getting 1%, what's the point? Okay, so there's so many stocks. Now remember, let me just quickly open up how many stocks we looked at today. Okay. Okay, these are all the stocks for this month. Okay. And I got a new list, just came up with it, the ETF list. That was a good one. Look at those. Look at all of them. Every month, I have to look at that many. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about. That was KSS. JWN. JWN. Do I have JWN? I don't even know. Yeah, I think I do. JWN. She's making rude gestures to me, but she's allowed, so I have to accept it. JWN. Ooh, I like the move JWN made today. Okay, so JWN which is Nordstrom's, had its EX date today. So I did double down this morning and I got it right at the opening. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know whether or not I'm going to get the dividend because you're supposed to buy it before the EX date. Okay? But if I do collect it, that would be great. I mean, I will collect some because I did bring some in from last week. Let's take a look at the numbers. I mean, the chart for JWN. Okay, JWN a year ago, 1731. Okay, the high, the end of July, was 2362. The bottom was in November, middle of November. Now it's 1281. Look what it did from the middle of November, the bottom of the 90-day period, okay, 1297, all the way up to the top of the 90-day period, 2197. That's a 9. Wait a minute, from 12 to 21, 9? That's about a $9 move on a $12 stock. That's almost 80%. That's almost an 80% move in 1, 2, 3, 4.5 months. Oh, someone just said hi over on Facebook. How you going over there? Nobody on LinkedIn. All right, sorry. Nobody on Yahoo, YouTube. Sorry. Let me see if I get this right. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and then YouTube again. Wow. All right, let's look at the last 30 days. Last 30 days. 30 days ago today, we opened up at 1907. Look at the run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13-day run to the top side of Nordstrom. And that was 2191. Okay, then she just starts dropping. Look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days to the downside. Well, 6 days to the downside and a gap down. Look at the size of the gap. That's a big gap. And if you guys know anything about trading or looking at stock charts, gaps have a tendency to fill. Okay. Friday was a little bit on upside. Okay, that gave me an indication I wanted to get in on Monday after seeing it turned green, right? So yeah, I doubled down on JWN this morning. Now let's take a look at the seasonality chart for Nordstrom's. She's over here laughing at me. You know, I'm glad you guys can't comment what she's doing because at least this way I won't get too distracted. All right. So we're going sideways. Look at it. I mean, that is basically sideways with a little tiny bit to the downside. Now, I don't mind the tiny bit to the downside because I'm only worried about the next 4 days. That's it. As long as she stays where she is or goes a little bit higher, I'm perfectly okay. And the thing is, if she goes up, I make my money. If she goes sideways, doesn't move at all, I still make my money. Okay. I like it better when I'm in. That way I get 3 shots at it rather than just 2. All right. Let's take a look at the numbers for Nordstrom. 750 bid, 760 ask. Okay, so what is the 1750 going for? 37 bucks. Okay, I'm losing, no, sorry, 37 cents. So I'm losing 10 cents right off the top because it's at 1760. All right, 1750 bid, 1760 ask. Okay, so if I'm buying it at 1760, selling somebody the rights to buy it from me at 1750, what does that mean? Well, let's take a gander. Clear that. I'm losing 10 cents off the top. Means I'm bringing in 27 cents. Bye, honey. She likes making fun of me, trying to embarrass me or something. She comes out because she knows you guys have a comment, but you guys can't comment yet until I'm done doing these stocks. All right, so I'm getting a 27-cent profit. Okay, the premium is actually 37 cents. But if I'm losing 10 cents right off the top because I'm buying it at 1760, might be holding on to JWN for a while. Uh-oh, Rudy Wave said that. I don't know, Rudy. Let's find out. Now I'll divide that by the purchase price, 1750, because remember I already took the 10 cents off the top. Okay, that's 1.5%. I'm okay with that. Now, where am I with JWN? All right, 12 at 1726. And I sold the 1650s. Okay, so she's at 1749, right? All right, 1749 right now is where it's at. Okay, it hasn't seen 1650 in quite a while. Okay, 1650, nope. 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 All right, let's go all the way back. All right, so the bottom of the year was back in November, and that was 1288. But I sold the 1650s. Okay, the last time she saw 1650 was right about here, back in December. Okay, 1650 right there. Okay, December 13th was the last time it saw 1650. Look at the nice run up from 1650 up, profit taken, up, profit taken, up, profit taken, up, profit taken, gap down, and now she went up a little bit. Okay, she's sitting at 1749. Can she stay above 1650 between now and Friday? Sure, she can. Okay, if she goes up, I make money. If she stays the same, I make money. Even if she comes down a little bit, I still make money. Okay, so, and it's JW Nordstrom's, and I'm okay with it. Now, that being said, let's go to the next one. CVE. See how much quicker I go without answering questions? CVE. Okay. CVE into the chart. And that's the 14th, which is Thursday. Ooh, okay. So let's take a look at the charts for CVE. Cenovus Energy. Okay, looks good. A year ago today, 1764. We have the top right here in October. The middle of October was the high of the year. Okay. Now the bottom of the year was way down here in the middle of January. Okay. So look at the run up from the middle of January up, profiting, up, profiting, up, profiting, up, profiting, up, profiting, up, profit taking, and then we're up a little bit right there. Okay. So today was an up day. Okay. I like up days. Okay, 1781, last 30 days, right there. Okay, 30 days ago today, we're at 1636. The 30-day bottom was 2 days later, and that was 1601. Nice run up from 1601 to the top, which was 3 days ago, which was last Thursday. Okay, and that was 1816. We're sitting at 1781. So we have a little bit of space in order to challenge that 30-day top. Can it do it? Well, she's in a nice little uptrend. Okay, you can't really argue with it. Okay, it's a nice little uptrend. Okay, they say your trend is your friend right up to the end because it's getting a nice little uptrend, and then when it's done, it will go down. When is that? Nobody really knows. But let's take a look at the seasonality chart to give us some kind of idea what this normally does this time of year. Well, that's pretty blatant. Okay. It goes a little bit to the downside. Downside and then sideways. Okay, but it usually hits the bottom right around the anomaly. Remember the anomaly? Okay, mid-March. Okay, everything went down mid-March in 2021. This throws all the charts off. Okay. That's where we are. Now let's take a look at the numbers for CVE, Cenovus Energy. Last trade was 1781. We had a 1716 by an 18. So the 18 is going for 10 cents. What do you think? Do you want to buy a stock for $18 and get a 10-cent premium? No, thank you. All right, so much for that one. CTRA. I've never even heard of that one. CTRA. The 13th, 21 cents. CTRA. $26.75, $26.50. I'm going to say nope, the premiums suck, or the premiums lackluster. Premiums less desirable, however you want to look at it. MRVL. MRVL. Nope. No for this month. No for February. There they are in January. So not next week, but the week after. Okay, Marvel the week after. NEM. NEM. Not in January. Not in February. March 4th. Okay, that was a couple weeks ago. Oh, that was last week, so that's a no. CBTC. Who came up with that one? CBTC. Nope, not in March, not in February, not at all. Pepe. I remember Pepe. P-E-P-E. Not in January, not in February, not at all. Now you may be asking why I go so quick. Well, because there's only 3 quarters. I mean, so there's only 3 months per quarter. Okay, 4 quarters, 3 months per quarter. January, February, March. Okay, March, April, May. Wait. January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. Okay, so I just look at the first quarter. It's not in there. Then it's not going to be in the second quarter. It's not going to be in the third quarter. So Pepe is a no. BTE's next. BTE. Not for March. Not for February. Not even for January. No to BTE. YTSL. I don't even know why I'm doing this. YTSL. Can't find that symbol. Okay, so whoever said YTSL, this is seed. SEED. Okay, not for January. Not for February. Not for March. Okay, so what does that mean? That means I turn the comments back on and see what else we can come up with. Okay. The comments are back on, so let them roll. Let's see what you have to say, what Mrs. James had to say. She's funny, that movie. Tony, how you doing? Marvel. We just looked at Marvel. ACRS. YTSL on Google. Yeah, Mike. No, I'm not even going to bother with it. I looked for a tax guy today. Cool beans. Not a tax guy, tax strategist. Okay, 3M was a couple of weeks ago. ACRS. 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 Therapeutics. Not there. Not February. Not January. Okay, nope. What about LLY? Is KISS still a safe even though it's not a dividend king or a champion aristocrat? Safe to hold. Okay, Doc, that's a question you're going to have to ask. Did I buy ALB today? Yes, I did. ALB. It's funny because I told you I was going to buy it last night, and I did buy it this morning. Doc, I can't tell you whether or not Kohl's is going to be a good choice for anyone. Okay, all I said is that I bought it. I went through the numbers. I said it looked good, so I bought it. Okay, LLY. Isn't that Eli Lilly? Yeah, Eli Lilly. Not in January. February. So that's a no. GDVM. Really? GVDM. No symbol. VNOM. 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 Not January. Not February. March 4th. Sorry, dude. March 4th. That was last week for VNOM. ALB. Let's look at ALB. Can I keep rolling out 3M calls? Sherry, you can. I'll put up 3M. We'll take a look at it. $3M. Okay, now 3M was back in February 15th. Okay, I'll put LAC on there. Okay, Sherry, this is for you. 3M LAC. LAC. All right. Okay, so 3M was in February. It's not going to pay a dividend again for 10 more weeks. Is Rio still safe? I don't think Rio was safe in the first bit, but we'll take a look at it. RIO. Right now we're looking at 3M. Okay, 3M. 1, 2, 3. Now, Sherry, if you don't mind, what did you get 3M at? So just get an idea. Because right now it's at 94.05, which I got at 94.81. I ended up selling at 92 and just 93. Well, it's at 94 at the moment, Sherry. Okay. We're going to take a look at 3M at the moment. Watch. Okay, so a year ago, 3M 103.21. The high 113.08. The bottom 85.40. Okay, last 90 days. Look at that. High for the 90 days was January 2nd at 110.61. Had this big gap down. Can you explain covered call? Are you buying the stock and selling the call option? Isaac, I don't need to explain it. You just did. That's exactly what you do. I'm going to hold off these. I am losing on 3M. Okay, hold on a second, iShare. I'm going to answer this question for Sherry. Okay, is it Sherry or Shari? I don't know. Okay, so the last 30 days for 3M. Okay, 30 days ago today, it was at 93.20. Okay, very next day at the high, 95.06. Okay, we got a double bottom at 90.50. Okay, it was January 20th, and then again on March 4th, which was last Monday. Okay, so look at where it is now. Okay, from the low last Monday, that's to the upside. Now, if you say you have 3M at 93, it's at 94 right now. You're already at a profit. Okay, what are you waiting for? It's not a profit until you take it. Now, you could do the 94 calls or the 93 calls. The 93 calls are paying $1.22. Okay, the 94s are paying $1.06. Both of those are over 1%. Okay, this strategy here is for a safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. You're already up over 1%. Okay, because you bought it at 93. If you own it at 93 and it's at 94.25 at the moment, you're already up over 1%. Okay, but you have to make a decision on what you want to sell it for. Can it go higher? Yes, it can. Can it go lower? Yes, it can. But what are you looking for? Okay, here, what I do, this is what I do, this is what I teach for free. I give you this information for free. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. 3M is over a 100-year-old company. They have increased their dividends every single year for 50 consecutive years. It may be more, but to be a dividend king, it's 5 decades or more. All right, so you're into it at 93. So I'm not seeing the issue because right now it's at 94.25. Okay, last trade 94.05. The bid 94.05. The ask 94.25. Okay, so I don't know what else to tell you, Sherry. I don't. So someone else had a question on 3M. Okay, iShare. Oops, iShare. All right, iShare, this question's for you. You say you're losing on 3M. What did you buy it at? And how long ago did you buy it? Those are 2 questions I need to know. What was the date you bought it? And what was the price you bought it? All right, that question's for you, iShare. I'm waiting for the answer. Coinbase. All right, Alfonso. Okay, Coinbase stock has to do with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has not been around for 20 years yet, so I don't even bother looking at it. Okay, Mike, 3M is down 60%. in the last 6 years. All right, Mike, I realize that. Okay, 3M has been in business for over 100 years. How much do I need stock to make 50,000 in dividends? Now it's at 50. Okay, iShare, I really need you to give me the date and the price you bought it for. Okay, now the longest I've ever held on to anything is 9 months. So you've held it for a year. So you're way past what I've ever done. Annually, 50,000 annually. You divide that by 52. That's how much you need to make a week. Make $950 a week. So what is 951% of? 95,000. KSS's earnings tomorrow before opening. All right, Mike, thanks for that. I'm already into KISS, and I really don't care about earnings only because, now, Mike, I appreciate you bringing that up, and you already know I don't care about earnings because I've seen positive earnings, stocks go down. I've seen negative earnings, stocks go up. I've seen negative earnings, stocks go down, and I've seen negative earnings where stocks go sideways. Earnings really don't have any rhyme or reason for the movement of the stock. All right, iShare, I feel bad for you. You bought it for 115. Now, I realize you're new here because I'm very good with names and very good memory with names and numbers. Okay, but at 115 at 3M, it's at 94 at the moment. Okay, now I can't tell you what to do, all right, but I can give you my example on Target, and I'll even bring up the chart. Now, I don't know if you're looking at the chart on YouTube or not, but last year I bought Target TGT. Whoops. Target TGT in July at 135. Okay, so I bought Target in July at 135 and it dropped all the way down to 102. But I sold options again, 95 in stocks to make how much in dividends annually? All right, user 91824. Why can't you just have a normal name? Really? Okay, I invest for weekly cash flow. My goal is 1% per week. Okay, 1% per week on $95,000 is 950 bucks. 950 bucks multiplied by 52, because there's 52 weeks in a year, that comes to right around $50,000 a year. CPI data. All right, okay, so you guys are under the impression that I really care about any of this kind of information. I really don't. I don't care about the CPI index. I don't care about the VIX. I don't care about the volume. I don't care about interest rates. I don't care about the Delta. I don't care about the Vega or any of the Greeks. I don't care about any of that stuff. Okay? You're all forgetting that this was created for a 9-year-old girl. What do you think the attention span is for a 9-year-old? Okay? Now, buy it Monday morning, sell some of the option to buy it between Monday and Friday. Sell them the covered call. Okay? 1% per week. Here's how it goes, right? It had to be simple. Okay? A daily trader, no, Mike, I'm not a daily trader. Okay, iShare, we're not buying options, we are selling options. Okay, now the idea is simple, had to be simple, had to be safe. No possible way my 9-year-old daughter could lose any money. Okay, the income had to be predictable and it had to be consistent. So in order to get that, this was the rule. Okay, I like doing this. This part's fun. Okay, this is the Discord trying to figure that one out. FinViz. Now, some of you have seen this before. Just humor the people that haven't, because there are some new people here. Now, this website here, FinViz, Financial Visualizations. Okay, it has a really cool toy in here called the Stock Screener. Okay, it allows you to screen the stocks. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. Okay, there is 9,492 stocks. See that number right there? If you're watching on YouTube, okay, because this is being simulcast or live broadcast on YouTube, so you can actually see my screen on your computer. So if you're on your computer, you can see this screen on your computer. Right here, 9,492 stocks in the stock market. Any one of them you could buy. Now, imagine you're a 9-year-old little girl. How the hell are you going to go through 9,492 stocks? Okay, so I helped her out. I said, what we want to do is look for stocks that have dividends. So you go right up to here. Wrong way. Right here. Dividend yield. Okay, and you check off that little box. Oops. This opens up. Now let's go for a positive 2% yield or higher. Okay, lo and behold, look at this. 3,256. That's it. Went from 9,000 to 3,000. Okay, great. Okay, you can do 4. We already went over KSS, over Kohl's. I will answer that in a little bit. Remind me a little bit later on. But let me finish this example here. Okay, so we went from 9,000 down to 3,000 with one stroke of a key. Now I want to go up over here. Okay, options, because I like to sell options. Now, the one thing I don't like about this, it doesn't tell me if they're weekly or monthly options. Okay, but once I click onto options, okay, look at the number 1,330. Wait a minute, 1,937. Okay, Colin, I know what you're talking about. iShare, back out of it and accept your loss and hold. No, if you really want my advice, DM me my phone, DM me with your number. I'll give you a buzz in the morning. That's what this website you are showing again. What's the website? Oh, Finviz. Okay, so now we're down to 1,937. Okay, 1937 from 9,000. Okay, now, unfortunately, this thing doesn't really go any further. Now, I can go by volume. I want over 300,000 shares. Go look at that. Now I'm down to 995. Okay, now, what I did is I made the list for my daughter. And what was that list? Dividend Kings, 5 decades or more of increased dividends. Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of increased dividends. Okay, there's 55 Dividend Kings, and I believe there are 67 Dividend Aristocrats. And then you have the Dividend Challengers, I believe they are. That's another 25 years, and that's 147 companies. If you put those 3 lists together, you have close to 200 companies that have 25 years or more of increased dividends. So finding the list is easy. Go right, watch how simple it is. Go to Google, right there. There's Google, Dividend King List 2024. All right, 2024 Dividend Kings list. List all 25 Dividend Kings. Okay, 2024 Dividend King stocks, Dividend Kings list, blah, 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 all 55 of them. Okay, and then do the exact same thing with the Dividend Aristocrats. Okay, where is it? 68 Dividend Aristocrats. Hey, James, what is a challenger? That's a good question. Dividend, hold on a second. Dividend challenger, that's between 5 and 9 years of increased dividends. There's 240 of those. Now, I don't like to go to 2 to 5, 5 to 9 years. No, I like 20 years or more. 20 years or more. So I just gave you the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, and Dividend Champions. I think that's what they're called. Is that the champions? Yep, Dividend Champions, 150. So you got 150 Dividend Champions, 67 Dividend Aristocrats, and 55 Dividend Kings. And you get Warren Buffett's list. Okay, so those alone should give you a halfway decent list. And then if you have a trading platform, okay, that allows you to import your stocks and throw them into a calendar. Okay, this is on Thinkorswim. This is my trading platform. I could import any one of those lists. Well, I actually did import them. I come up with this little doohickey over here. Where's that little doohickey? This little doohickey right there. I click on that, and I come down to my personal list. And look at this, a list of 100-year-old stocks, a list for calendar spreads, a list of dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend kings, ETF, ETF holdings list. I went through all the big major ETFs, every major ETF that they're out there saying, oh, buy the ETF. Blah. I took each and every one, I sucked out all the stocks, and I put them into my own list. Okay, look at them all. These are all on the top ETFs. Okay, why would I invest in an ETF? Not a single ETF has ever paid over 30% per year consistently. I'll just go in there and suck the stocks right out. You got Target, ExxonMobil, Intel, Fast, O, Apple, 3M, AMGN, Chevron, Wally World. Okay. Now, I haven't heard of some of these, but these are in ETFs. Totally different than what I do. Okay. But I do have them in a list because I have another trading strategy in mind for them. Okay. That's not a trading strategy I'm sharing with you guys. Okay. Sorry. I'm nice, but I'm not that nice. Okay. Let's get back to where we were. So as I was saying, I bought Target at 145, way over here. Yeah, in July at 135. I followed it all the way down to 102. Okay, now I sold between 4 and 5 strikes out of the money. Did I get my 1% every week? No. I got 1/4% or 1/3%. But that's my cow analogy. Okay, if I buy a cow, let's say 3M, okay, and the very first week gives me a gallon of milk. Oh, I'm all excited. Okay. And then all of a sudden the stock goes down. The cow gets a little ill and she gives me less than a full gallon. Maybe she gives me 3/4 of a gallon, 3 quarts. Okay. And another week later, only 2 quarts. Another week later, only 1 quart. Another week later, only a pint. And then she gives me a pint for a year. Okay. How often do you have to collect that pint before you finally break even? Okay. Because it's consistently coming in. Yeah, I consistently sold premiums on that stock all the way down. However, it's not a wonderful ending to the story. It really ain't. Because look right here. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okay, I'm not going to cherry pick. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I bought it at 135. I got all these profits, so I collected 3 dividends. Okay, 3 dividends and about 25 premiums. Okay, that's like a quart, a quart, a quart, a quart of milk, a quart of milk, a quart of milk, so on and so forth. And then look what happened right here on the 14th of November. I didn't even have to look at it. I know it's November 14th. November 14th, she gaps up $16. Okay, $16 overnight. I didn't see that coming. I had to pay $12,000 to save me from losing $25,000. Because remember, I bought it at 135, and over here it's at 110, and I sold the 112s. Okay. Okay. Funny white guy. Please don't do that. We don't do cryptocurrency here. Okay. Don't do that again. Okay. So I'm here at 110. Right. I sold, I think it was the 112s and the 113s. I think it was four or 5 strikes out of the money because I wanted to be far enough out where I got something. Okay. Because something is better than nothing. Now, my assumption here, did you hit the 6% error on? No, I didn't do Colin. I did para, but I did in the money and I collected less because I really prefer to be out of that by the end of the week. Okay, so the closer you are to the money, the higher rate of return you're going to get, which is probably why you got 6% and probably why I got 3. Okay, because I went further in because you're going to need to, at some point in time, get the green-headed monster under control, and that's greed. Greed will make you lose. It will. So back to the 3M at 1 over whatever you got it at. All right. So 3M, you said 1 something last year. Okay, I kind of need the date. How much is a good amount to start with for options? All right, user 9182, whatever. You can start out with anything because my grandson has an account and it's just a couple $100 in it. not huge amount. Okay, but he can't buy 100 shares of anything. So he buys 4 or 5 shares of this, 4 or 5 shares of that, and then when the stock moves up a little bit, he sells it and he grabs that little tiny profit. Consistently. Rule number 1: never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Rule number 2: don't ever sell for a loss. Rule number 3: if there's a profit to be taken, take it. Okay, nobody ever went broke by taking profits. All right. So anyway, with 3M, I kind of need to know where your date was when you said a year ago. Okay. Do you like Yield Max funds? Okay, Mr. Ricky's dad. I just said a little while ago, I took all the big funds. Okay, if Yield Max is a big fund, I took that, I dissected it, and I sucked all the stocks out of it, and I put it into this list. Yeah, this is the ETF holdings list. Now, I have a trading strategy in mind for that. Okay, but that's not what I'm going to share. What is the win rate? The win rate? Well, so far I haven't lost anything. Encourage more viewers by sharing. Yay! Do you hold on to anything? The longest I've ever held on to anything was 9 months. So did you make money on target or lose at the end? I barely broke even. I had it for like 5 months, and I barely broke even with it because every single premium I sold, every single dividend I collected, I had to pay it back. You dance to the music, you're gonna pay the fiddler. Don't let anyone kid you unless your name is Pelosi. You ain't gonna win everything. Okay? I lost 3 big ones last year. 3. Missed my target 8 times. Missed my target 8 times and I lost 3. What is that? 11 out of 52? I'm okay with that. So 1% gain is, and you're happy. 1% gain per week. Don't confuse the two. Okay, 1% per week, safe, secure, predictable, and consistent. All right, are we done with the 3M? I forget who this was for. Yo mama. At what percent should you sell? There you go with that political. You caught me on that one. Okay, if you look at Pelosi's record, she's never lost anything. How often do you hold something past a week? More often than I would like to. That is correct. 1% a week, and I'm happy. Scooby, yes. All right. So, what are we looking at now? So remember, it's 135 of us here, and I'm pretty sure all 135 of us are over the age of 9. Okay, so if you guys have a difficult time with it, I can't help you out. Can you go over the KISS trade again? You can do. You got to get here earlier, dude. We already did KSS. KSS was the second one on the list. LAC is on the list. We're going to do, wait a second, we didn't finish with 3M. All right, well, let's go back to 3M because we haven't finished with it yet. Okay, I will address that in a minute, but let's finish up with 3M because someone's lost money on 3M. Okay, so anyway, at 110, all right, if you take a close look, okay, I don't know how many shares you have. Okay, I really don't know how many shares you have. But look at here. 3M is at 94.25. All right. The 99s, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes out of the money, is paying you 4 cents a share. Now, granted, 4 cents a share is not a lot of money. However, what kind of taxes do you pay on your options? All right, user 918240 whatever. Okay, if you have to ask that, that's kind of like going to a Rolls-Royce dealer and asking what kind of gas mileage he gets. Okay, if you're making 50%, you know what? I heard this. It was really funny. If you're worried about taxes, you need to make more money. That's just plain and simple. If you're worried about taxes, you need to make more money. You need to make so much money that you don't have to worry about taxes. Plain and simple. Okay? Yeah, an old boss of mine told me that. I said, I can't afford the gas. Well, I said, you need to make more money. All right, anyway, so back to 3M. This is just a thought. Now, you're into it of over 100. If you sell the 99s, right, you're still making 4 cents a share. Now, I don't know if you have 100 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, whatever. Any good ways to minimize taxes? Yeah, Isaac, talk to a tax strategist. Really. Okay, this is a game, right? It really is. So you need to talk to someone to help you set up for the whole game. Whole life insurance and land. Okay, I'm going to go with the whole life insurance, but not the land so much. Okay, George, sorry, because I like whole life policies, especially when you have them structured properly so you can borrow against them. Ooh, I like that. But anyway, if you go far enough out with your 3M, you'll bring in some money. Some money is better than no money. All right. 4 cents a share doesn't sound like a lot, but if you have 100,000 shares, that's $400 for a week for doing absolutely nothing, and you're 5 strikes out of the money. So you just watch it every day. Watch for the moves. Has 3M ever made a huge move like that to the upside? It made one here. That's to the downside. See it? That's a move to the downside. And whoever the other person who bought it at 93, it's at 94 now. Okay, you're over your 1%. All right, that's that. Let's take a look at ALB. At the end of the year, this strategy beats the S&P. Yeah, I know that. Okay, for the past 15 years, I kind of kept under the radar. But now I'm retired and I feel yep, you can go 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out, the 99. Oh, look at that. 2 weeks out, the 91 is 31 cents per share. Thoughts on Microsoft? They've quite sideways compared to some others. All right, Spencer, I'll put Microsoft on the list. MSFT. All right, we did 3M. We're going to do ALB at the moment. Albemarle. Now, did I do Albemarle this morning? No, I didn't. Not in this account. Not in that account. Not in that account. All right, I'm not showing you the other accounts. Sorry, I'm not that nice. Okay, CLM, CRF, monthly dividends, 20. Right. Hey, George, I don't do monthly. CLM and CRF. CLM, CRF. We'll take a look at it, George. So are you purchasing the stock, and does this strategy involve options? Yes, Beanie, it does. What is the strategy? Sorry, I missed it. Well, Jamian, we're going to be here for another hour and 15 minutes. So just sit back, relax, watch the show. Have any questions, ask questions. Do you sometimes buy put options for hedging? Absolutely not, Ronnie. Sorry. Microsoft is over 300 bucks. Yeah, I tend to stay away from stocks over 300 bucks. So I'm going to cross Microsoft off. Thank you. We're taking a look at ALB, Albemarle. ALB. ALB. Try that again. Okay. And Albemarle is on the 14th, which is Thursday. You're buying options or selling? I'm selling options. Beanie. MU, yes. TSL, no. PanW, no. I have no idea who MU is. All right, thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Always willing to take a compliment. You haven't touched on LAC yet. No, but see, all right, see the list right here? Do you see where LAC is? Next. LAC is next. Okay, I write them down as they come in. All right. Okay, Albemarle. Okay, Albemarle, and then LAC. Micron Tech. Okay, we'll take a look at. Okay, Cotton. We'll take a look at that. MU. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. Right now we're doing Albemarle. Now it's on the 14th. See that? 14th. And that is a grand total of 40 cents. Whoop-a-dee-doo. ALB. All right, there it is. 125, and the 125s go for $3. Ooh, cool. They should be a broker platform that calculates all this, and you give recommendations. Well, selling cash secured puts. Jamie, no. But I do appreciate that is a strategy, and it's a good one. LAC is a monthly. Oh, no, look at that. You waited all this time for LAC, and it just got kicked off the list because it's a monthly. Sorry. All right. We're in Albemarle. ALB. ALB. Now, interesting. Okay, first thing I want to do is look at the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? If it passes that, then I take a look at the 90-day chart. Okay, a year ago it was at 223.78. The high was 247.74. That was middle of July. The bottom was last week. Whom do you contact if you do not get dividends credited to your account? Oh, Joe. You call your broker. Your broker has all those answers. How did your strategy do in 2022? I missed my target 3 times. Okay, last year, 2023 was my worst year ever. Worst year ever last year. Okay, 2022, I missed 3 times. That means 49 times I got over 1%. Say, where's my money? Show me the money. I love black people. All right. 90 days ago, 123.62. The 90-day high, 153.93. Dropped very nicely to the 5th. Okay, look at 9 days ago, 30 days ago. Do you only need option level 0 for doing covered calls on Thinkorswim? You need option level 1. It is the simplest, easiest, and the safest trading strategy over and above buying stocks. Buying stocks is the easiest. You only be 18. That's it. Just be 18. You can buy stocks. Okay. To do options, specifically covered calls, that's level 1. Okay. And you just call it the broker. Say, hey, I want to do level 1. See if I can get approved immediately. Because it's the simplest and easiest. Okay. And you're secured because it's called a covered call, which means your risk is covered because you own the stock. Okay. That is the easiest one. All right. 30 days ago. 113.50. Now look at, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count those because those are down days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 up days in a row. Look at this. Gapped up on the 26th, gapped up on the 28th, and gapped up on the 29th. That's 3 gap ups in a row. And what happened? Didn't take long for them to fill. See, there's a gap here, and a gap here. And look what happens. You get the high at 142.60, I think. And then she just drops. It fills those gaps pretty damn quick. But we have another gap here. Okay? So this is going 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days to the upside. Okay? Now, I didn't get into Abelmont. I spent all my money on other things this morning. But Abelmont was on my list. So let's go over the numbers. What does it normally do? And for that, we look at the seasonality. Okay, for you who don't know yet, seasonality is 10 years worth of data. Okay, the blue line represents this year. Okay, down, sideways, up, down. That's this year's movement. The red line represents an average over the last 10 years. Over the last 10 years, 2014, 2015, 2016. Hey, Mark, I ain't know you. So 10 years worth of data. That's what the red line represents. So let's take a look. Let's zoom on in and take a look at the next 2 weeks. Okay, from the 11th to the 24th. Okay, basically going to go a little down, a little up, a little down, a little up. No biggie. Okay. Now let's go back to my regular chart. Okay, and zoom it over this way. Now, last trade was 24.75. Why do you have 2 accounts instead of? Is it more easier to manage 1 account? All right, Joe, it is easy to manage 1 account. It is. However, I do my grandsons. I do a couple of private clients. And then I have a couple of different strategies that I don't share here with you guys. I have a bunch of strategies. I don't share them all. Hey, James, can't get Thinkorswim in Canada. Where can I get seasonality chart? Okay, Reggie, here's my advice. Get yourself a VPN, a virtual private network, and you can sign in anywhere. Okay, VPN doesn't cost that much. And then you can sign into the United States and you can get a resident alien account. Resident alien account you don't have to pay taxes on. That's pretty freaking cool. But I don't know how it's going to work for you in Canada because I don't know if they charge you Canada for out of country investments. That's something you need to, oh, wait a second, talk to a tax strategist about. Okay, and you can go to Google and look up seasonality charts, and they'll probably tell you where. Okay, last trade, ALB. ALB 124.75. Bid 124.75. Ask 125. So at the 125, it's paying $3 a share. Well, $2.98. That's pretty close to $3. So let's do the math on that. 298, and we divide it by the purchase price, 125. 125. That's simple enough, right? 2.3% for the week. Castor, you're right. See, it's really not that difficult. What percentage of your total portfolio do you spend per trade? Good question, Jamie. Okay, 98% of all of my personal money, 98% of it's all invested. Okay, I buy on Monday, I sell on Monday, and then I'm either back into cash the following Monday or not. So what's the math? That math you just did? Okay, LA Soundwave, hold on a second. I'm going to answer this question. Okay, so I have my trading account set up in a way that all I have to do is just hit a couple of buttons, transfer, send it over to my debit card, and then there you have it. Other than that, I beat that thing like, oh, I can't say that. That's not right. I was going to say I beat it like a bad dog. No, I make it work. I make my money work consistently. I have maybe like $500 or $600 in my personal account. If I need something, end of the month, transfer the money and I do the work. Okay, so LA Soundwave, the math. Well, when you're buying a stock, you're buying it at a certain price. Okay, the bid and the ask. See, let's get this out of the way. Okay, up here, you have the last traded price. Then you have the bid. That's what you can sell it for if you own it. The ask is what you can buy it for. This is the volume, how many shares have been traded for the day. This is what it opened up today, 119.37. This was the high of the day, 125.84. And this was the low of the day, 119.37. Okay? Funny to me, they can't get Thinkorswim because the people that came up with it were in the Toronto Bank. I think Tom Sosnos came up with it, and I don't know where he came from. What's your weekly money goals? All right, George, my weekly goal, 1% per week. Okay, I've been saying that from, I think, my very first video. Safe, secure, predictable, and consistent, 1% per week. That's my goal. 1% per week. All right, so the 125 is going for 298, and that comes to a grand total of 2.3% for the week. What you do is what you pay for it, 125, that's what you pay for it. Now, what you're going to earn on it, okay, because you're paying for it 125, okay, you're buying for it 125. The strike price, right over here, the 125 call, so you sell someone, yeah, Cotton, TD Ameritrade and TD Bank are two different things, okay? Tom Sosnos came up with Thinkorswim a long time ago. TD Ameritrade bought it from Tom Sosnos. Okay, then Charles Schwab bought TD Ameritrade. Hey, James, I got to head to bed. Have a good night. You usually get on Love at 9. I usually get on Love at 9. I'd like to get on Love at 9, but it doesn't always work that way. But I get on Live at 9. Line, yeah. I knew what you said. I just want to give you a hard time. Do you support Robinhood? Yes, I do use Robinhood. It has some great perks and it has some crappy ones, but it is what it is. Keep explaining. All right, so as I was saying, this is what you buy the stock for. Now, the stock is one thing. The option is another. Two totally different things. The stock never expires. The options do expire. Okay? Okay, the options expire. And the ones that we're looking at have 5 to 7 days lifespan. Okay, I sell them on Monday and they expire on Saturday, which is kind of weird because you can't trade on Saturday. But it is what it is. But the last time you can trade is 4 o'clock Friday afternoon. Okay, so for those you don't know, I jump on live at 3:30 for a select group who join the club. And if you don't know what the club is, Gotta bring it up. Where is it? Down right there. Oh, pops up right there. Okay, the 10minutetrader.com, right here, live trading. Okay, you can even go up to the bio. I put something really new in there. And for those of you who didn't know, here are all my trades for this year. Okay, 1 week at a time. When do you like to roll? When do you like to roll over the options? On Friday. At least on way you're starting to understand. All right, good to hear it. Can you flip the screen? It wouldn't do you any good. The number, even if I flip the screen, you wouldn't be able to see it. Okay, but I'll flip it for you real quick. Okay, can you see those numbers? Probably not. Oh, Caster, the website again. Hold on, website. Whoops, that's not it. That's the Zoom call. Okay, the 10minutetrader.com. Okay, dividend stocks, 50% per year returns, simple, consistent, safe, and predictable. Okay, yeah, but I'm not going to leave it like that. Okay, there's all the trades right there. Okay, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're into week 11, and that gets posted on usually Wednesday. And yes, I'm going to turn it back because I have 4 cameras here, and if one camera is off, it makes it very uncomfortable for me. Okay, if you haven't noticed, I only have one eye. See, this one does whatever it wants. I mean, what condition you roll over, suppose the stock is in an upward trend? Well, I let it go. Joe, I have no desire to hold on to anything. Okay, I buy it on Monday. I sell somebody the rights for covered call to buy it from me by Friday. Whoever bought that premium, okay, whoever bought it, because see, someone bought it. I collected it. Okay, so I buy it at 125. Here's the stock price, 125. Okay, I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me using a covered call, the 125. Okay, so I'm buying it for 125 and I'm selling it for 125. Isn't that weird? Buying it for $1.25, well, 125, I'm selling for 125. So if you aren't making your 1% that week, it's just when you hold. Well, here's the thing. No, I have to explain. He sells before 4 on Friday. Yep, something like that. Okay, so what this example here, okay, this is ALB, Able model. Okay, Able model, all right, ALB. If I buy it at 125 tomorrow morning, I could buy it at 125 tomorrow morning, okay, 9:30 a.m. Okay, and then at that very same instance, I can sell an option for someone to buy it from me at 125, the exact same amount of money I paid for it. And what are they giving me? Well, right here, the 125 call strike is going for $2.98. I know $2.98 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you do the math, okay, $2.98, okay, $2.98, and you divide it by the purchase price, 125, 125, and that equals 2.38%. Now, I can really deal with 2.38% because there's 52 weeks in a year. So what happens if I take that and I multiply it by 52? Because there's 52 weeks in a year, right? That's 124% for the year. That's at 2% a year. I'm 2% a week. How do you did you just not see the math? If I buy it at 125, okay, I sell. All right, if I explain it to you this way. Okay, Colossal, I'm going to say Colossal Brown, is that right? Okay, Colossal Brown, you ready for this? All right. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you have a car on your front yard. You got a for sale sign on $1,000. Okay. Now, let's say Pete from a couple towns over says, "Hey, I want to buy this from you for $1,000. I like the price. I like the car. I like the color. I like everything about it. Let me give you $100. Hold it for me until Friday. Okay. If I don't come back on Friday, you can sell it to someone else and you get to keep the $100. Okay, say Friday comes along, he doesn't buy it from you. Okay, you keep that $100, and then Monday you can sell it to someone else again. Same thing. Colossal Brown, the premium received from a seller, fourth seller, call option considered profit. That's correct. All right, you got that analogy? Sometimes a metaphor is much easier. I like the metaphor of my cow. I buy a cow, it gives me a gallon of milk. Okay, next week it only gives me half a gallon. I'm not going to get rid of the cow. Okay, what if the underlying stock goes down, so let's say 10 a share? Okay, flip and fix. Great question. Do you remember rule number 1? Never ever buy something you're not willing to hold for a long period of time. So whether it goes down is irrelevant because you're buying it for the dividend, and the dividend increases every single year. Hence, 20 years of increased dividend requirement. Then wait a second, hold on. I gotta go back to this question. Hold on. Then you've lost money on the stock market. No, you have not lost money. Okay, if I buy Albemarle at 125 bucks, right? Okay, 125 bucks. Let's say it drops down to 10 bucks. Did I lose money? No, I only lose money if I sell for less than what I paid for it. Rule number 2 in my house. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold for a long period of time. Rule number 2, never sell for a loss. Okay, one of the criteria was it has to have increased dividends. Okay, dividend kings have increased for 5 decades, 50 years consecutively. So stock goes down, I'm still getting higher and higher dividends every year. Okay, so remember the rules. Okay, it had to be simple, had to be safe, had to be predictable, had to be consistent, and never can lose money. Okay, if my daughter sold it at a loss, that's her own damn fault. If you buy something for 100 bucks and sell it for 10 bucks, that's your own damn fault. Remember rule 1, never buy something unless you want to hold it long term. Rule number 2, never sell for a loss. If you sell for a loss, you have no one to blame but yourself. Should I pay repo? Should I pay repo? That's funny. How do you know what you're going to make on the calls? Well, that's a good question. They're listed right here. Okay? This company right here, ALB, has the strike prices or the options 120, 121, 122, 123, so on and so forth. Each stock has a different set. Some of them are 50-cent increments, some of them are $5 increments, some of them are $10 increments. Okay, and what you get for them is right here, the bid and the ask. If you're selling, this is what you're getting. If you're buying, this is what you're buying. It's like going to a grocery store. Okay, the guy who owns the grocery store pays $3 for a gallon of milk, and he sells it for $4 a gallon of milk. Okay, he makes the profit between the bid and the ask. Okay, so when somebody buys that option, okay, whoever's buying the option is paying $3.10. Well, I'm selling the option. What am I getting? I'm getting $2.98. Who gets the difference? The spread, the market maker. That's his job. His job is to collect that 4 or 5 cents difference between the bid and the ask. Okay, Para, JW, and HPQ made a killing today with your strategy. Hey, you're welcome. Where's my cut? Show your gratitude in green. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, great job. You've done 90 minutes. Cool. Okay. It's Tesla. I don't do Tesla. I don't know why people keep asking about that. Where do I learn start to day trade? All right, party. I don't do day trading. Really, I don't. Okay, this is trading strategies. Right? If the buyer exercises the option, if it goes up, you still make a profit but lose the stock. Okay, you got to remember number 1. All right. Well, not really rule number 1, but the objective. The objective of the strategy is safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay. When I'm collecting the premium, I'm 60 years old. Okay. The money I have in my account is going to last me till the day I die. Then I trade it on to my kids. Where did I learn this? I didn't learn it. I created it myself. Okay. So the money I have, I make the 1% per week, and I live off of that money. Okay, so I'm retired. That's where my money comes from. I don't rely on the government. I'm not old enough to collect Social Security. And when I do, that's not even enough to pay my electric bill. So, the money I have set aside, all right, I earn interest on that. And you can go up here to the bio, right? Wait, where is it? Right here, okay? This is the trading act right here. And you'll see, okay, how much I made. 2.32%. And I withdrew 1,700. It's all right there, all the numbers. Using a traditional Roth, no, it's in a corporate account. Taxes are different. All right, so you do not sell until the market goes your way. You have to hold until it's in your favor. Not necessarily so. Okay, so this example here, let's go back to this example. Right now, it's at $125, okay? If I bought it tomorrow morning at $125 and I sell somebody the rights to buy it from, kind of like the car scenario I just told you about. I got a nice Jaguar sitting in the front yard, okay? Someone comes by and gives me, what is it, $298 to hold it until Friday. Okay, one contract is $298. Okay, if I get 10 contracts, that's $2,980. See how it works? Okay, that's my profit. I'm buying it for $125 and I'm selling it for $125. The premium I collect is my profit. You keep the premium either way, correct? And if the stock on 4 o'clock on Friday is above 125, it could be 125.01, and come Monday, I'll be back into cash. Now, if it's at 124.99, all right, I have two options. Number one, I can buy back those options for a penny a piece, or I can just take the stock into next week and do the exact same thing over again. Yeah, but you don't need 1,000 shares. But yeah, you need, yeah, exactly. Or you need 100 shares to do one contract. I keep the premium either way. Yeah, that's all right. Look at that. It's 10:37. He's talking about stock, James, not the call. All right. But if the stock keeps heading down, you're in for the long haul. Well, Chris Martin, it goes back to rule number one. Never buy something you're not willing to hold for the long term. Okay, that's why I made the list for my daughter. They all had to have 20 years or more of increased dividends. If the stock goes down, she can sell options and get less premium for it. And she'd still get higher dividends every year. And she'd never sell it for less than what she paid for it. Yes, sir, I'm doing calls too. Hey, here you go. Hey, Albert. Bernie, what's the longest you ever hold? 9 months. In options? Yeah. Why not a synthetic call? All right, Martin. Chris Martin, that's a different trading strategy. So you're not obligated to sell, but you have the right to sell. No. When you buy a call option, you have the right to buy it, but not the obligation. If you sell a call option, you have the obligation to sell it. But try not to confuse the issue. Okay, this was created for a 9-year-old little girl. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. What app do you use to trade? Well, I use two. I use Robinhood on my phone, and I use Thinkorswim on my computer. Most of my trades are done on Thinkorswim. Okay, the smaller account, but Robinhood's my grandson's. Okay, that's it. Buy Riven stock. Very good value. All right, John, I'm going to say no. How long have you been trading? Over 20 years. Hammer time. Oh, I like that. I always like that tune. Catchy beat. All right, ready to take a look at another one? We looked at ALB. We can take a look at Rio. You don't buy any stocks that don't carry. Never. Okay, because, all right, let's take a look at Tesla, for instance. You buy Tesla and it goes down. What choice do you have? Do you get any income on it? NVO? No. Tell them about Robinhood not letting the call go to zero. Oh, yeah. For those of you who want to do this strategy in Robinhood, you can't let the options expire worthless. You have to buy them back on Friday. Do you see potential in Rivian? No. Buy 125, 75. So how do you make money? It's the option premium. The option premium for the 125 call option is $298. Okay, I believe that is 2.4% for the week. S&P 500, no. Can you give a $50 or less stock that fits your criteria? Well, George, let's do this. Let's close this window here, open up this window here, and go like this. Oops. All right. See this list over here? Okay, see that? I'm going to read off some. NYCB, $3.25. CW, $8.30. AMCR, $9.47. NWBI, $11.50. Ford, $12.11. NUS, $13.13. FHN, $14.80. KEY, $14.90. Huge. That's a whole bunch of them. Okay, it goes from $3, 10, 15, 18, 20, 27, 28, 30, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 44, 50, 51, 52, so on and so forth. Okay, those are all on the ETF list that I just did. Okay, that's just the ETF list. Let's go to my other stock. Okay, look at this one. This is my 100-year-old companies. Okay, there's quite a bit of them under 50 bucks. Albert, Primerica. Hey, Albert, throw me up the ticker symbol. He's not there. Wait a minute. I'm selling steak knives. That's funny. Bro, selling like Wolf on Wall Street. I appreciate the compliment. Thanks. He's not here to sell it to you. I'm not selling anything to anyone. I'm selling steak knives. You ever see that? Remember those commercials? The Ginsu knives cut through cans and still cut through tomato like butter. Perry, all right. Do you avoid earnings when buying stocks? I tried to because I don't like earnings. It's what else do you look for before buying? Well, the stock has to have 20 years or more of increased dividends, have to have weekly options. Then I look at the 4 different charts: the 1-year chart, the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart, to look for patterns. And the seasonality chart gives me an idea how the stock normally moves throughout the year. Peri, P-E-R-I. That's a monthly. That's a big fat no. Thoughts on not only buying before the dividend, but also right before the earnings because premiums are huge. That's an idea. Romeo, hi, how can I get this list of stocks? Thank you. Well, you can join the club. Let's call it I don't even know what you call it. The 1%ers club. There you go. You'd be part of the 1%ers. Do you think 3M will cut their dividends? Really don't know. Okay, 3M, I cut some stocks slack. Okay, 3M has been in business for over 100 years. They've increased their dividends for 50 consecutive years. If they cut their dividends, they're going to get thrown off the Dividend Kings list. And who wants to be the CEO who does that? Can you imagine that? 5 decades of increasing your dividends and then all of a sudden you cut them for some strange reason? If they can't do, they teach. Well, I do both. Traditional investors are being phased out of retail young investors. Okay. Now, I don't know why you're saying if you can't do, they teach. I don't see why you say that. Do I go over the details of each? Okay, let's go over the details for JWN. All right, let's do it now. Ready? Okay, JWN. I'm going to close that out and open this up. JWN. Okay, now Nordstrom's. We're not old. We can't take the risk. We can take the risk. Okay, see, okay, content baser. Okay, you may not be old and you can take the risk. Well, then you shouldn't be here because I am old and I'm sharing my strategy. This is my strategy. If you don't like it, I can't help you out with that. Okay, I don't want to put my money at risk. I need to know the best KOs right now. I have no idea what you're talking about there, Job. Okay. All right. Nordstrom. A year ago today, 1735. The high of the year was the end of July, and that was 2355. The bottom of the year was November 10th, 1295. Look at the escalation from the bottom of the 90-day period, okay, bottom of the 90-day period to the high of the 90-day period. Okay, that's just 3 months. That's nice movement. He's right, not collecting SSI. Yeah, SSI ain't going to give me squat. Last 30 days, here we go. 30 days ago today, Nordstrom was at 1907. Look at the nice escalation. 30 days. Nice smooth escalation up to the 30-day high right there. Okay, 3 days, and she gaps down. Okay, and then Friday, she does what's called a doji. See that? Opens and closes at the same price. Are there any carries you recommend? I have no idea what a carry is. Need to follow this dude. Thank you, Colossal. BC, active traders don't make as much as index investors. Wow. Have you ever seen an index investor get over 50% per year? I'm kind of curious. Carry trades Forex. Nope, don't do that at all. Okay, that's for the young folks. I don't do that. All right, so I have a nice little gap down right here. Look at this. Gap down, 2 days down. Look at all that profit right there. Profit just got taken. See it all? Okay, if you didn't take your profit over here, the market maker just priced you out, took it away from you. That's what I'm saying. Can you by choosing single stocks like Buffett? Yeah. How can I start buying options? Why do you want to buy options? That's risky. Okay, I'm wanting long yen USD, but wanted some input. Can't help you out with that, dude. Dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Only thing I do in this account. You like that one? In this particular account. I'm sharing this information for free. You guys can get 50% per year by doing it. It's really not that difficult. Costco dipped hard today. Thoughts of goodbye? No. How's that one? No. Yes, I sell options. So this strategy doesn't involve buying options. No, it doesn't. It's selling call options, covered calls. Exactly, 86. Yeah, you knew that one. I'm wondering what your average price is and what strike you sold the morning for JW. Okay, we're going to get that in a second. That's a specific strategy. All dividends, blah, blah, blah. Only on my Home Depot doing well. Why no on Costco? It's overpriced. I like that one. Thoughts on Tesla? No dividends. Best strategy I've seen. Thank you, Russ. Overvalued, but short-term good. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Sorry. I don't even know which one you're talking about. All right, so Nordstrom's had that little bit of a bounce. See it? Friday, it was a little bit in the upside. And today, under the green and a little bit up. Costco is always overpriced. Good stocks are always overpriced. Okay, fine. Think a SPY major correction incoming? No idea. Right? So you have enough money to buy 100 shares per stock to do this strategy for one contract, correct? Mara to 75. Dividend stock options. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the numbers because somebody's interested in what I did this morning. Do you do the wheel strategy? I have no what you mean by the wheel strategy. I buy good companies. I sell options against them. It has to be simple. Squirrel incoming. Yeah. He's old and less risky. Thank you for that. I feel so much better. Would you believe I still play soccer in the soccer club down in Florida? Yeah, I get out there and mix it up with the 20 and 30-year-olds. And yeah, I am faster than a lot of them. I don't last as long as all of them, but I still get out there. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. 1749 was the last trade. 1750, 1760. What does that tell you right there? The market maker's getting ready to push it up. Why don't you buy CSP and then sell the covered calls on it? What the heck is CSP? I'll take a look at CSP. CSP. I have no idea what that is. Salesforce stock, never heard of them. I'm in Florida, Vero Beach. Cool beans. I go to Sarasota. I've been to Vero Beach. I don't get it. Cash secured puts? No, Andre. Cash secured puts? No, Ford. CSP. Yeah, we're going to look at that in a little bit. You never heard of Salesforce? Yes, I heard of them, and I'm saying no, because they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. How's that? Okay, so 1750 is the bid, 1760 is the ask. Both of them are higher than the last price. Usually it's higher because the market maker is trying to push it up. Okay. Yes, I heard of cash secured puts. I know what they are. I don't do them in this particular account because you're missing something. Okay, this was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple. Once you throw cash secured puts in there, it's no longer simple. Okay? Stop trying to make it more complicated. Okay? Stop trying to make it more complicated. Safe, simple, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. You start adding this, you start adding that, you start looking at this, you start looking at that. You're sitting in front of your computer for more than 10 minutes. Okay? Every single video I ever do, say, hi, this is James from Dividend Stock. Wait a minute. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-minute trader. I sit in front of my computer for 10 minutes or less. Okay? If I want to sit in front of my computer longer, I can make more money. But I got hold of that green-headed monster a long time ago. I'm perfectly comfortable with 1% per week. Perfectly comfortable. If you want to sit in front of your computer longer, fine, you do it. But please, don't keep throwing these stuffs out at me. The GPT biz degrees so I can philosophize this shit all night. Okay. That's fine. I would prefer not to because I find it a waste of my time. Okay. I've been doing this long enough and I'm not getting paid to do this. I'm doing this for the kindness out of my heart, sharing something with people. If you like it, fine. You don't have to be here. Got to be up in 5 hours. Thanks for all the info. You got it. Back to JWN. How much money do you use for the strategy per week? A couple $100,000, but that's me. How much is your club membership? It's $100 to actually sit in and actually trade with us. Okay, we actually do live trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 9:15 and 10 o'clock. That's when we do all our trading. Fridays, it's 3:30, so we can look at all the positions that everyone has done and then go from there. How much is okay? So why don't you teach in a site content based? Well, I'm going to. Just going to give me a. I'm still new at this because I'm a community, not a guru. Okay, fine. Dolphin, are you looking for growth or income? Great question. Are you even rich? Well, you know what? That's all subjective. I don't have as much money as Warren Buffett or Elon Musk or any of those people. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about. So about 2,000 profit per week. Okay, I do 5 different accounts. I share 2 different accounts with you guys. And if you really want to know, go up to the bio, look into, where is it? Right here. Okay, right here. Those are my trades on these 2 accounts. Okay, this week I made 4.6% in one account, 6.5% in the other account. 100,000 in this account, 200,000 in this account. You do the math and you tell me. Okay, where was I? Back to this. We're still looking at JWN because somebody wants to know JWN. Do you withdraw profits? Only on one of the accounts I do. I'm holding a REIT. I don't like REITs. Oh, okay. All right. JWN. I jumped into JWN this morning at 1726. Okay. You still there? 1726. All right. I sold the contracts. Holy cow, I got 2 more contracts to sell. Oh, that's cool. I sold the 16 and a halves. Okay. So no, Wayfair's not 20 years of increased dividends. Nah, let me know. Throw in some coins. All right, Dolphin, good for you. Okay, so I jumped in at 1726 and I sold the 16 and a halves, and I made a nice little profit on that. Nah, not what I'm saying. Okay. Andre Salago, 110K. I don't know what that means. So your members can copy your trades. Well, yeah, but we talk about them. Okay, first of all, number one, never buy something you're not willing to hold for a long period of time. Just because I buy it doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. Yeah, like politicians. No, not necessarily so. I mean, I showed you JWN, which is Nordstrom's. I showed you the numbers. I showed these exact same numbers Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then this morning I jumped in and bought it. It's not as if I hide anything. I show you exactly what I'm doing in these two particular accounts. Okay. Bitcoin is the highest performing asset of all time with a market cap of Apple. Okay, really don't care. Okay. All right. Here we go. That works for me. All right. Do you only buy options? I don't buy options at all. I sell options. How much money would you need to start for it to be worth it? Okay, Ryan, that's really going to be subjective for everyone. Okay, I don't know how old you are, number one. I don't know what your goals are, number two. I don't know what you make. I don't know what your obligations are. Do you recommend Dogecoin stocks? No, I don't do. Okay, it doesn't have the performance. Do you sell in the money calls? Yes, I do. Okay, everything is based on the numbers. Okay, what I paid for it and what I can sell the option for. Okay, some of them I'll go 4 or 5 strikes in the money as long as I get my 1%. Do you do covered calls? Chaz, yes, I do. Who wanted to know about the Nordstrom's, my position in Nordstrom? What do you trade? I have about 150 different companies that I trade. Okay, I put them in a Rolodex or a revolving door. Okay, or a merry-go-round, goes round and round and round. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, all the way to week 13. What happens after week 13? Goes back to week number 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Gets to week 13. What does it do after that? Goes back to number 1, 1 through 13, 1 through 13, 1 through 13. I've been doing it for about 15 years. I showed this strategy to my daughter when she was 9 in 2008. I would like to know about Nordstrom's. Well, that's what we just did Nordstrom's. Okay, I went through the 1-year chart, went through the 90-day chart, went through the 30-day chart, and I even looked at the seasonality chart. I read the numbers. Okay, I bought Nordstrom's this morning at 17.26. I sold somebody the rights to buy them from me at $16 strike price. How would I know about Nordstrom? Okay, thoughts on Forex? Nope. Most liquid, T volume. Okay, good. Nordstrom was about an hour ago. Yeah, I did it twice. Walgreens, WBA. Let's take a look at WBA in a bit. WBA. Alrighty. We're going to look at Rio now. RIO. Okay. WBA, which is Walgreens, is on the list. TRLF, not on the list. Sorry, dude. Rio. RIO, which is Rio Pinto. Never heard of them. Do you short Nordstrom's? No. Why do you say no to Forex? Did you lose money in that or against it? All right, Nick, I'm 60 years old. In order to do Forex properly, you actually sit in front of the computer. I have no desire to sit in front of the computer. I sit in front of it long enough just to answer emails from these people asking me questions. Okay, I have no desire whatsoever to be looking at this kind of stuff all day long. Okay, this is just a hobby. Right, Rio is a monthly, so that's a no. Okay, somebody came up with CLM. CLM. Cornerstone strategy. No options. That's a no. I've been doing weekly covered calls on Wayfair for the last 3 months with a decent ink success. All right, Chaz, that's cool. But Wayfair is not doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends. What's your fallback? ARM is good now. I have no idea what ARM is. ARM, I'll put it on the list. So CLM is no. CRF. CRF. No options. That's another no. MU. Who came up with MU? Micron Technology. Okay. MU. Not this month, not February, not January. No dividends. That's a no. What's your list of 13? Well, Jamie, that's for the members. You can go to my Patreon and become a member, and you get my list. If not, I just told you where to get the list. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Warren Buffett's list. Right there, that's over 200 companies right there. All of them, well, except for Warren Buffett's list, all of them have over 25 years of increased dividends. Jasmy, I have no idea what Jasmy is. Good. No to MU. CSP is next. I don't know who came up with CSP. Let's take a quick look. CSP. Not in January. Not in February. Not in March. So it's no to that. Now we're on WBA. And I actually have some WBA. You buy Nordstrom's at 17, 20 something and sold the 16s change. So the difference is your profit. Okay. Colossal Brown. Let me go back to it again and I'll explain it to you again a little slower. JWN. JWN. All right. Listen closely. All right. I bought Nordstrom's this morning at 17.26. Okay. At this moment in time, Nordstrom's is selling for 17.60. Okay. I bought it at 17.26. All right. Now, I sold my rights to that stock to someone to buy it from me at $16. Okay, which is $1.26 less than what I paid for it. Correct? I shall get to that in a second. Okay. Now, for that privilege, I got paid $1.34. You do all the math, and I am still making, I think, over 3% on that trade. And I'm four strikes in the money. So if the stock goes up, I make money. If the stock goes sideways, doesn't go anywhere, I make money. The stock can even come down a little bit, and I'll still make my money. You're incredibly bullish. Good for you. I don't know what you want me to talk about, but that's okay. I'm incredibly bullish too. All right. You got that, Mr. Brown? Okay. Okay. I'm losing on WBA $20 per stock. Okay. iShare, you're new here. Okay. So I really can't help you out. Now, I have WBA, which is Walgreens. Okay. I'm into Walgreens at 22.46. That was back in beginning of February. Okay. And then I bought more the beginning of March. Okay, at 20.93. So my average price is 21.65. Now I sold the 21.50s this morning for 35 cents. Okay, so I'm making a decent return on Walgreens. Okay, now the reason why I have my stocks that I buy them before the EX date. Okay, and I only buy them before the EX date, 2 weeks before the EX date. Reason being, stocks have a tendency to move up just before the EX date. Okay, stocks move for two reasons. Okay, so you prefer in the money calls? Yes, I prefer in the money calls. When the EX dividend for JWN? JWN's EX date is JWN. Wasn't it this morning? It was this morning. Okay, so I bought a bunch this morning so I could qualify for that dividend. Now, dividend not the greatest in the world. It's 19 cents. All right. So I bought it this morning. I sold the rights for someone to buy it from me for less than what I paid for it. I'm going to collect the dividend. I'm going to collect the premium, and the premium's over 2%. So I'm going to get close to 2.5%, maybe 3% on JWN as long as it stays above 16. Look where it is now. It's at 17.49. In the next 4 days, can it go below 16? Yeah, it can. Will it? We don't know. Okay, that's part of the game. Number one rule, never buy something unless you're okay with owning it for a long period of time. I have no problem whatsoever holding Nordstrom's for a long period of time. I don't. That's why I bought it. Okay, and I'm never going to sell it for less than what I paid for it. And I always have the option of what do you call it, dollar cost averaging down. I only dollar cost average down 2 times. because I have to limit how much money I have into each position. I don't like to have more than 30% of my money in any position. All right, so you prefer call. Yep, all that's good. All right, so that's JWN. What is next? WBA. Let's take a look at WBA. Now, somebody just asked about WBA a little while ago. I have no idea who that was. WBA was a couple of weeks ago. What's your success rate on margins? Well, Boxer Dad, hey, you're back again. I remember you were here before. Not diversified. All right. 30% is too much. I can't help you out with that. James, can you oil up your wagon? I have no idea what that means. Really don't. What am I looking at now? WBA. Walgreens, WBA. Okay. WBA. Here we go. Okay. A year ago today, 33.60. Okay. 33.60 a year ago. The high for the year was the middle of April of last year, 36.69. From there, she stair steps her way down. What does that mean? Well, 36, she goes down to 35, drops to 31, down to 30, down to 28, down to 25, down to 22, down to 21, and it finally bottoms out at 1993. James, please share if you have any over under $1 million. I will not be mad either way. Okay, good for you. The last 90 days, we have a bottom of 1975, and that was back in November. Okay, we have a double top once in the end of December, once in the beginning of January at 27.07. From there, she just drops down. Okay, Sanu, you want to join the discussion? Before you join the discussion, okay, I insist you DM me with your phone number. I will give you a call and we'll chat. See if you can contribute to the conversation. Well, anyway, AP13, I have no idea what that means. Chaz, besides selling covered calls in the money, do you buy calls as well? Not in this account. In this account, it's simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. I had to meet those four. Okay, I made this for my 13-year-old daughter. Now, where was I? The 30-day high, like I said, was the beginning of January, 27.08. From there, she just keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping. The last 30 days, right here, 30 days ago today, we opened up at 22.52. 1 day later was the 30-day high, and that was 22.96. From there, she drops to the 30-day bottom, and that was the 5th, which was on Tuesday. Okay, and that bottom was 2042. Okay, 2042. Now, the last 4 days have been going to the upside. Okay, 4 days to the upside. I like that. Now, WBA, I did double down this morning. I bought a bunch more. Now, Walgreens doesn't have its dividend coming out, but the premium was so nice, I decided to jump in, bring my dollar cost average down, and this will allow me to get out sooner. Okay, so go here, Walgreens, here we go, open this up. Okay, so I have 2,200 shares, okay, and I sold a 21.5 at 35. Okay, my average cost 21.62. So I sold it at 21.50. So I'm losing 12 cents right off the top. So if I take the 12 cents off of that 35, that brings me down to 23 cents. And that's still over 1%. And hopefully I can get out of it. Because they had the dividend a couple of weeks ago. And I did collect the dividend a couple of weeks ago. But I bought it, I've held it for like 6 or 7 weeks now. And every week I collected a premium. Extremely close or over 1%. So I'm doing very well on Walgreens. What do you think of Litecoin? I don't do any coins at all, Alexander. None whatsoever. Okay, so that's Walgreens. Last one on the list. You guys, we're on the last one on the list. ARM. no idea what ARM is. ARM. Arms holding. Okay. 126. ARMS. ARM. Okay. Not this month. Not February. Not January. Has no dividends. Okay, so that's a no. Oh, we haven't done DVN yet. DVN. It is this Thursday. I could tell you are all about that one. It won't fit as was an IPO. I have no idea what that means. I know what an IPO is, don't get me wrong. But what do you think about, I'm assuming you're talking about Paramount, P-A-R-A. Yeah, I bought a bunch of those this morning. We will take a look at that next. P-A-R-A. Okay, we'll look at Para next. Boxer Dad. Okay. All right, run. My eyes are getting heavy. My eyes are heavy. Wait a minute, my eyes were heavy and my sights were dim. Time to stop for the night. DVN. There she stood in the doorway. I heard a mission bell. All right, no to DVN. All right, let's open it back up again and show you. All right. Purchase price on DVN, $47. The 47 strike price, 28 cents. Okay, that's not even 1%, so that's a no. Oh, Boxer Dad. Oh, so P-A-R-A-P. I never heard of that one. P-A-R-A-P. Paramount Global. It has no options, so that's a no. No to that one. But we can take a look at Paramount if you like that one, because I like that one. P-A-R-A. Okay, so Paramount 1162. Okay. Now, P-A-R-A. Here we go. Okay, so Paramount a year ago was at 1944. The high of the year, 23.97. Okay, she gaps down, goes sideways for quite a bit, drops down to the 90-day bottom. Well, previous 90-day bottom at 10.75. The 90-day top back at the end of December. Okay, and that was 17.52. Okay, let's look at the last 30 days. The last 30 days, we opened up at 13.06. 1 day later, we have the 30-day high at 13.61. Now she drops all the way down to 4 days ago, which is the 5th, last Tuesday. Okay, and that bottomed out at 10.16. From there, 4 days to the upside. 4 days to the upside. Could it keep going? Well, yeah. Look at all the space. We have a 30-day high way up over here. Okay, and look where it is here. We have all this room to run to challenge that 30-day high again. Can it do it? Yeah, it could. Is it going to? Who knows? Okay, the only one who knows what the stock's going to open up at tomorrow is the market maker. He's the only one who knows what the stock's going to be tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look at the seasonality chart. What does it normally do this time of year? Well, usually goes a little bit to the downside. Oh, wait, we got to go back a little bit. Here we are right here. Okay, between the 11th and the 21st. Basically sideways. And then after the 21st, she drops. But is that really dropping, or is that the effect from the pandemic drop back in 21, where everything dropped in the middle of March? Okay, so I like Paramount, and I think I bought some. I think. Let me go check. Not in this account. Not in that account. Yep, I got it right there in this account. So I got, whoops, 110. Sorry, 11.10, and I sold the 11s for 33 cents. Okay, that's over 2% for the week. CALM, aftermarket makers allow for stock trade. Yeah, but I don't do aftermarket because it's just no real consistency there. All right, where do you look up call price information in Thinkorswim? What menu? Well, hold on, let me go back up here. Okay. Once you go to the trade grid, okay, up here you have the monitor tab. The very next one is the trade, analyze, screen, scan, market watch, charts, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When you go right here, you enter in the stock symbol. Right underneath it, you'll have what's called the option chain. Okay. The option chain. Over here are the dates, and here are the strike prices. Okay, where do you look up, okay, what menu? Well, it's yeah, right there. Monitor, trade. Okay, you click on the trade, put the stock symbol, and then you hit the option chain, and then all this will open up. All righty. All right, we're 11:15. We still want to stay and do a little bit more. Oh, we're 158 people. Holy cow. All right, let's hit up some questions. All right, are you able to attach nicknames to your accounts on TOS? So if I have the nickname, this one SSPC. Okay. Yeah, you can. We'll go right here. Okay, this account here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's 3 accounts all in one. Okay, each one has a different number and a different name. James, the list you sent me in the email, is it going to change every week? Yeah, because you get week 1 is week 1. Week 2 is week 2. Week 3, it's about 150, 160 stocks put into a 13-week period. Okay? NRT. NRT. North European Oil Royal Trust. That's a monthly. It's a no. Sorry, Go Sox. It's a monthly. Monthly. See the monthlies? The monthlies, they don't pay squat. It's $5.64. The $5 one is going for 0. The next one up, $7.50. It's going for 0. You can't make any money on that one. Even going 30 days out, the $5 is going for 0. Isn't that the one Jen asked about this morning? NRT? No. Jen knows better not to ask about a monthly. She's new, but she catches on really quick. She wants to retire this July. So, well, that's good. Let's see what we can do. Monitor. All right. Hey, there's Jen. Hey, Jen, you've been quiet all night. Any other questions? Anyone? Bueller? 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 No? Are we done for the night? No other questions? Got any questions, Jen? Ooh, Jen, you talked about one. Let's bring that one up now. Say I buy a call at $10 and the weekly call at 12. The stock goes around to 15. What's the VSTA? I have no idea what that means. PHM. All right, Go Sox PHM. I asked about Nutrien this morning. What's the stock symbol? PHM. PHM is the 14th, which is Thursday. The UVLs. All right, user 251. Send me a DM. I want to talk about the UVLs. NTR. Wait, hold on, we're looking up NTR. Yeah, no to NTR. Look at that. It's a monthly. It's a no. Sorry, Jen. It's a monthly. And the premiums, not very nice. You're here, so I have to use proper words in front of a lady. Not very nice. No, I don't like the DMs. So who's asking about the UVL? That's not the one that I asked about. Well, that's the one that's there. Okay, user 2516491 blah blah blah. Come on, man, UVLs. Let's talk. Okay, send me a DM with your number and I'll give you a buzz. And we'll talk about UVLs. Hopefully you have some more information than most people don't. Jen asked you about one this morning that was a weekly. Hold on, I'll go back to my notes. All right, Jen, I got nowhere to go at the moment. I can hear the wife snoring in the other room. What's about VLY, Valley National Bank? VLY. That's a no to VLY. Sorry, VLY? No, it's a monthly. Because I was thinking, I was liking it, and then you said you weren't comfortable with it. Okay, there had to have been a reason why I wasn't comfortable with it. What did I say? I forget. I'm getting old. I forget things. You got to give me some slack here. PHM. PHM. All right, well, let's take a look at PHM. Pulte Group. Didn't we look at Pulte Group a while ago? LCID. Oh. Yeah. Look at all that. It's a 90-day high and 30-day high. Look at all that profit waiting to be taken on the PHM, the Pulte Group. Loose LCID. LCID. Okay, interesting. What the heck are you going to do with a $3 stock? I mean, really. LCID. LCID. Okay, no dividends this month. No dividends February. No dividends January. LCYD is a no. BYD. BYD. That's on Warren Buffett's list. BYD. Not in January, not in February. March 14th. Okay. 17 cents. BYD. Monthly. Nope. Sorry. I see the at in front of that means I'm addressing her. Okay, sorry about that. I'm new with this kind of stuff. PFE, Pfizer. I know that's not this week. PFE. PFE. Yeah, Pfizer's not this month. It was 2 weeks ago. What do you mean by monthly? All right, well, options have either a weekly, which means 52 weeks, or a monthly, 12. Okay, so you have 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 1 year is 52 weeks. That's a weekly option. Monthly, that means it's only 12 of them. Okay, if I'm getting 1% for each option I sell, that's only 12% doing monthlies, where it's 52% selling weeklies. Okay, and it's easier to figure out where stocks are going to go over a 3 to 5 day period as it is over a 30-day period. I can't guess what's going to do in 30 days. There's a lot of movement. Oh, what was that? However, a 3 to 5 day period, it's easier to judge where it's going to go. That's why. That makes sense? There you go. All right, so what are we looking at next? Anyone? eBay. Ooh, wow. That's the first time anyone's ever mentioned eBay. Okay, eBay, not in January. Not in February. March 8th, last week. Sorry, dude. Last week. TDS. Hey, Mike, it's about time you chime in. TDS. The 14th. TDS. Well, TDS. Telephone data. Monthly, Mike. Sorry. UHN. UHN. No options on UHN. All right, Jen, that was NTR. NTR. Nutrient. Okay. 53 or 80. NTR. Okay. Has a 54-cent dividend. The 27th, which is next week. Can you explain options in plain English as possible? Sure. An option is the right, not the obligation, to buy or not to buy. That's all it is. Okay, a call option, you have the right, but not the obligation to buy. A put obligation, you're obligated to sell. Okay, it's just giving you an option. It's kind of weird that an option gives you an option to do something or not do something. Did that explain it okay? I'm not quite sure if that, if that simplicity was good. Okay, let's look at NTR. Okay, a year ago, NTR was at the high of the year. Okay, high of the year. Yes, but it still confuses me. All right. All right, user 25169, whatever. Okay, it confuses you. I'm sorry that it confuses you. Let's say hypothetically you have a car sitting in your front yard and you have a for sale sign up for $1,000. Okay, let's say Brian wants to buy it from you. Okay, he gives you $100 to buy it from you for $1,000 between now and Friday. Okay, that $100 is kind of a premium or a call option, a covered call. Okay, now if he comes by and he buys it on Friday, he pays you the $1,000, but you still get to keep that $100 that he gave you up front. If he doesn't show up or that he doesn't feel the car's worth any value on Friday, he doesn't show up and you still have your car and you still have $100 in cash. If you want to throw the other options in there, it can get very confusing. Okay, this particular strategy I'm sharing with you has to be simple. Okay, so if you only concentrate on the call option by buying a stock, selling somebody the right, not the obligation, but the right to buy it from you at a certain price. Okay, that is a call option or covered call. It's covered because you own the stock. I spotted an albino Dalmatian yesterday. I figured it was. Oh, that's a horrible joke. Why do I keep falling for these jokes of yours? Yeah. So where were all right? So the high of the year. Yeah, we already went to this one this morning, but some of those people didn't get to see it. The high of the year was 79.02. Okay. Last 90 days, we were down 52.52. The 90-day high was 58.55. Okay, so the bottom of the year, the bottom of the 90-day period is the same as the bottom of the 30-day period. Okay, 30 days ago today, we opened up at 49.04. All right, the bottom was 4 days later at 49.47. I'm going on a tour to talk about the importance of eating dried grapes. Oh, wow. Where do you come up with these things? 4 days later, we get the bottom. Okay, and that was 47.90. Okay, a couple weeks later, we have the 30-day high at 54.22. Do I have to buy that call option when it expires? Well, it depends on the trading platform you're in. Okay, Thinkorswim allows the options to expire worthless over the weekend. However, Robinhood does not allow you to let the options expire over the weekend. You have to buy them back on Friday afternoon in Robinhood. I don't know about the other trading platforms, but I do know about Robinhood because I have it, and I do know about Thinkorswim because I have that one. Okay, Tino. All right, so we have a 30-day high on the 22nd. Went sideways for a little bit, dipped, have a new bottom at 50, 60. Okay, up 3 days and then sideways for 2. We're sitting at 53.23 at this moment. Okay, the bid 53.23, the ask 53.90. So the 53.90 is closest to the 54. Do you see that one? 53.90 is closest to the 54. And the 54 is selling for 35 cents, which is less than 1%. Do you ever long stocks? Yeah, every Monday. I go long on the stocks and I sell the option against it. All right, crypto Cayenne. I can't even read that name. Mr. Crypto, thank you for following, I guess. All right, anything else? We're at 11:30. I usually quit 11:30. You guys good? We got 106 people here. Any more questions? No? No more questions, anyone? DTM. DTM. Monthly. Sorry. Losabil. Are you working as an ER before? No. How long do you usually hold a stock for? I like to hold it for just 5 days. Buy it Monday, sell it Friday. Perfect. Perfect. Buy it Monday, sell it Friday. See you tomorrow night, everyone. All right, L.A. Sanders, that sounds like a good plan to me. 132 people here. Are we good, everyone? Good, good, good. All right. Bye over here at Instagram. No, and down. Cheers. Bye over here at YouTube. Cheers. Exit. All right. Isn't that technically swing trading and not long term? You can call it whatever you want. Okay. However, if it goes down and I hold it until it recovers, then it's long term. Semantics. You say 90 days is short term. I say 90 days is long term. But that's me. Thank you for everything today, James. Good night. Okay. All right, we're finished here on Facebook. What happens to the video? I actually saved them. Okay, so the videos get saved, and those that are in the group at the, what do you call it? The Patreon. Where is it again? Right here, the 10-minute trader. Okay, for those of you who want to join the live trading. Okay, you can see all the old videos and you get to ask me questions, and then you get to go on some of the live trades. Some of them, not all of them. All right. All right, you guys, I'll catch you again tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Oh, I forgot to go over that. Oh, stop this. Stop right there. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta know right.